Hey friends, Kristin LaVanway here on top of my magic mountain. It's like Thoughtful Thursday. I used to do this every week. Thursday I'd go hiking and I just haven't been. There's a fly on my ankle and it's not a bee though. And I just got out of practice and so, it was a huffing and puffing experience getting up here. But I'm doing this because I'm trying to alleviate some anxiety I'm having. A lot of people are having anxiety these days and I'm not even buying or selling a house. I think that when people participate in a real estate transaction, it can be very stressful. That's what I've seen in almost every one of my clients, some level of anxiety and stress. And so I thought I'd give you a couple tips on how to reduce this stress and have an anxiety-free real estate transaction, at least a very minimal anxiety. So let's start off with number one, you really need to define your wants and needs. And I know this is super cliche, wants and needs, spreadsheet, whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really what do you need? And I think people confuse those two, right? So here's an illustration. For some random reason, I don't know why, I decided to look up my grandparents' house in Torrance, California on Zillow. I was curious how much it's worth now. And it reminded me how tiny my grandparents' house is. It's 1,100 square feet, it's 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, and then they added on this like bedroom and then a laundry room, bathroom combination. And it was just a little living room, a teeny kitchen with a little breakfast bar that fit like 2 people only because they sat on either side. It was very tiny. But I loved going to my grandparents' house. I had so many happy memories. And here's the thing, my grandparents raised 3 kids. So in this little house. And yeah, it was always filled with people when we go there, but it was awesome. I loved it. I never felt like I needed more space at my grandparents' house. They might have, but I didn't. Anyway, their house, by the way, is worth $900,000 because it's in Torrance, California. But my point is, a lot of people will say, well, I have 2 kids. I need a 3,000 square foot house. No, you might want a 3,000 square foot house, but you do not need one. So there's that side of things. I've had people that say, I need a giant living room because I have to accommodate this big sofa. No, you can always get a new sofa, but you really want to keep that sofa. That said, the other side of this is if you're looking to make a move, buying, selling, maybe buying and selling, there's a reason for that, right? What is the need that you're trying to fill by making this change? And I don't know that people a lot of times have a good handle on that. So you might decide when you evaluate everything that you're happy with your status quo. I've had a lot of conversations with people who are looking to sell, and I always want to really understand, what are you trying to achieve by selling your home? What do you want and what do you need in order to make this sale make sense? So really be intentional on your wants and needs. Next, finances, okay? Where's this move going to leave you financially? First of all, do you have the money saved up to do this? Are you in a good debt situation? What's your payment going to be? Extraneous costs, all that kind of stuff. And I think that you can get a handle on that. But really step back and take a look at where you are right now. Are you comfortable financially? I work with a lot of people who it's so easy to be in debt, and it happens very insidiously. You have like a bill that you're going to pay off, and then an unexpected thing comes up and you have another bill. And pretty soon, you're just scrambling every month to make your bills. So it's really important that you kind of look at where you are and make sure that you remain in a comfortable financial situation, because there is nothing more stressful than biting your fingernails every month about how you're going to make those bills. So, go through the numbers, not just the house numbers, make sure you have some money set aside for repairs, for some decor, maybe you need to get a new washer dryer, whatever. But also take a look at your household budget and make sure you've got some room there. I think the people that live frugally and have kind of a modest lifestyle, in my observation, tend to be the happiest. So, kind of take that, materialistic viewpoint out of the picture and kind of look at you don't have to eat top ramen. I'm not saying that, but put yourself in a situation that's very comfortable so that you don't have that stress. Okay, next, research. Now, I always like to get people onto an email situation where they're getting emails from me with listings. You can see, okay, here's what the houses are. But above and beyond that, research the neighborhoods that you're looking at buying into. And I think a lot of people do that. You know, they drive around. You can tell a lot by driving around a neighborhood, seeing, you know, how the lawns are maintained, how the cars are there. Are these people that you can relate to? I'm not saying it has to be like the, you know, the Stepford Wives or something like that. I'm just saying, is this a neighborhood you feel comfortable in? Is this like your vibe, you know? Visit the schools, obviously, if you have kids, but here's another one. Visit the businesses. Go to the local grocery store and walk around. See how you feel. Are these your peeps? You know, if you can feel, I don't know, like if you see a lot of people wearing like jogging outfits, you know, is that you? Or are they dressed like, you know, like they're gardeners or jeans, or, you know, I don't know, are they wearing tuxedos? Is that your vibe? You know, what does it feel like when you're walking around the stores? Are the people nice and friendly, or are they kind of, you know, not that nice? You can tell a lot, just like how you feel when you're walking around. So yes, do your research and also be open-minded. So I know some people, they'll get locked into, I need to live in this neighborhood. And, you know, maybe your kid, you know, you want your kids to go to that particular school. There's always options. Here in Arizona, we have school choice. There's always options. But, you know, there's lots of great neighborhoods. I happen to live in a historic neighborhood that when you're driving into the neighborhood, you might be thinking, Kristin, you know, do you have like a German Shepherd? But when you come into my neighborhood, it's like Mayberry RFD. It is a lovely, beautiful neighborhood right near downtown Mesa. It's a great area, great area to live in, you know, but you got to go in the neighborhood today. It's you just don't know. So be open-minded. There might be other options for you that might suit your needs and give you more choices. All right, next up, you need a pack, right? Okay, you're gonna make a move, you're gonna pack. Here's your chance to declutter, to free yourself of crap. And, you know, I'm not saying you need to go all full Marie Kondo, but you need to let go of some stuff. This is your chance to let go of that stuff you've been dragging around. Do you have boxes that you've never unpacked? Get rid of them. Do you have like piles of papers? Do you have like books that you never read? Do you have, you know, just stuff that's cluttering up your house? Maybe you're moving to a bigger house. You're like, I'll just expand into the space. But wouldn't it be nice to just have this opportunity to just clear out the junk? Because when you declutter and you're walking around and you're just seeing things that really, you know, mean something to you, you'll be surprised at how that can lower your stress level. I know I have to do it every once in a while, and you kind of pare down and it feels really good. It feels really good to just release some of this stuff. Bad memories, like, you know, like journals that talk about horrible times of your life. Get rid of them. Forget that stuff. Look forward, get rid of stuff. Last but not least, and obviously, you know I'm going to say this, but if you use a real estate agent, it can make things better. And I say that can intentionally, because you need to choose the right agent. You need to find an agent who is an advisor, who's going to listen to what you need, who's going to work with you, who's going to understand where your stress points are and help you work past those, right? You shouldn't have to do this alone. And I know there's lots of stuff out there right now that encourage people to kind of sell their house on their own or buy a house on their own without an advisor, without an advocate. And I really think that's a mistake. And I'm not just saying that because it's my business. I'm saying it because I've seen the differences. I've worked with people on the other side who had either no representation or poor representation, and I can see how difficult it is, and I can see how it costs them money, time, stress, and it can put you in a position that you didn't want to be in. Maybe you bought a house that you hate. Maybe you spent too much money. You know, maybe you lost money when you sold your house. Whatever, find that agent who is going to work with you, listen to you, and be your true advocate. You know, follow that. We all have a fiduciary duty to our clients, but I'll be honest, some people take it to a higher degree than others. And I can tell you that these, that when you're working with any kind of iBuyer or, you know, online whatever, they don't have a fiduciary duty to you. They owe you nothing. So find an agent that will try to help you get through this without stressing out. It's definitely worth it, believe me. So if you have any questions or comments, if you want to come sit on a magic mountain and do a little Zen time, well, you know where to find me. Kristin here in Phoenix.com. That's where. Go out there and make it a thoughtful Thursday.